Hey, what's up YouTube? 12 Virus here with another figure review. I know it's been a while, and this video is thanks to Dead Grins Customs for wanting to see an Omega Shenron Jax comparison next to the AF Studios Omega Shenron. So, yeah, shout out to him. He's great. Check him out. And also, I got these two awesome figures from Omni store, and they are AF Studios, of course, Omega Shenron, Sin Shenron. But anyway, let's get into it. Here is the face of Sin Shenron. He looks sweet, and so does the Dragonball on him. Now both of them, of course, have the same articulation as one another, so I'll just show off their faces and their backs and all that good stuff, and then show you the articulation of one of them. There is Omega. He looks sweet as well. Really good. Amazing quality. Now they are super light. It's almost like model plastic. So they are very lightweight, but it feels like high grade model plastic would. So super durable. Doesn't feel like they're about to fall apart or anything like that. They're just really lightweight, which either way it works. So I forgot to mention they came with Dragonball, which I have in baggies to tell me which came with which. Sin and Omega, like so. I'll get one out from Omega. They are the black stars, like so. They all look super cool, super detailed. I really like them. They turned out amazing. And then Sins are the basic regular Dragon Balls, like so. Get it to focus. They look sweet as well. Now, whenever I got Omega out, he had tape on the package, on the plastic, so I had to peel that off to open him up. Well, with Sin, his wasn't taped, so as soon as I pulled him out, Dragon Balls went everywhere. Luckily, I was able to find them, though. But yeah, beware of that. So when you get them, take them out of the package slowly, because some may have tape, some may have forgotten the tape. So just be careful with that. And also, there they are side by side, so you can see the differences. Of course, Sin has less going on than Omega does, but at the same time, he also has kind of more, because he has these two chest spikes coming out, whereas to Omega has the shoulder spikes coming out. And then the Dragon Balls, of course, Sin only has one, and then Omega has all 7. So, for articulation, we will do Omega. He can look up that far, down that far. It can rotate side to side. And then, of course, pop it up. And if you can move stuff out of the way, you can probably rotate all the way around. And then, of course, his back spikes give you more articulation going that way. So that way he can lean forward more if you want him to. I really like that. And it doesn't look goofy or anything whenever you do it. And then his arm can go up that far. And then it can swivel at the bicep. Double joint elbow for that much. Has a hinge at the wrist. Rotation. And then, of course, got to show you the other hand, because it has more articulation on it. So it can hinge like that at the fingers. So quite nice. Then of course hinge at the wrist just like the other one. Rotate all the way around. And then his ab crunch is pretty nicely done. So you can get him to go. Move this arm out of the way. Go down about that much. Back. Forward. Back. And then of course it adds kind of more with the neck movement. And then he has a little bit lean side to side. Like so. Kick out. Swivel at the thigh. Front, back. Double joint knees. Like so. Now what really confuses me is the ankle at the foot has no articulation whatsoever on either of mine, on Sin or Omega. So all it has is a toe pin, like so, which works for, well actually, this one's moving front to back, but no side to side turns, just front to back. See if this one, yeah, this has front to back as well. So I guess I missed that. Let's go back over to real quick. Go back to Sin. See if he has it as well. No. I feel like I'm going to break it if I keep pushing. No, he has it a little bit. Just barely. You can see the gap kind of changing there. So he has it just barely on mine anyway. Then this one is about the same on this ankle. So it's really stiff on Sin. And it's very light. Omega definitely has it more. But anyways, let's get in the better part. And that is the comparisons. So, first, before we get too far ahead, we will compare Omega and Omega. Jax is on the left, of course, and then AF Studios is on the right. So, I think I like Jax better. The horns on the AF Studios is, of course, better in my opinion because they're more spread out. But the face on Jax, in my opinion, is a lot better. I do like the Dragonballs on the AF Studios a lot better. But just the classic Jax is just way better in my opinion. They have pretty much the same look up. If not, I actually think Jax has more of looking up, down, and then of course side to side. I think AF Studios kind of roughly based theirs off the Jax one, just more articulation. And then of course the Jax has the hinge right there, and it can actually rotate side to side. And then he still has the ab crunch for that much. And then the ab crunch of the AF Studios. Let me get him standing better. Yeah, he actually has more ab crunch, even if you use the neck. He has more ab crunch than the AF Studio. Looks about the same though. It's about the same with the neck. So yeah, I think AF Studios loosely took some pointers from Jax for their Omega, or had a little bit of a nod to it. They probably love him like I do. So yeah, that's them together. And I like also, bringing back one more time, you can see the Jax is a lot more of a pearly white as opposed to this kind of like tan white that we got with the AF Studios, which is still nice, but I like the pearl white a lot better. So, move him out, do another comparison with Nova, the Jax Nova. Try not to get him, there we go. So, here is Nova with Sin and Omega. Knock over Nova. That's how the pros do it. So, move them over a little bit better. There we go. So, of course, they are taller than Nova. Not by too much, though. And then, let's bring back Jax Omega. Kind of show him. I think he's actually taller than these two by a little bit. And then we'll bring in Ice for a comparison. There's Ice next to them, who is also a little bit shorter, just like Nova, because they're the same mold. So Jax, Ice, and Nova. And then we'll bring in Jax Pan. She's significantly smaller, as you can see, as I knock over Omega. So she's quite a bit smaller. Jax Pan is, but still looks good. And then we have the Super Battle Collection Goten and Gohan, who are also smaller, of course. Because Super Battle Collection, they were quite a bit smaller than figures we know now. And then here is the Dragon Stars, Super Saiyan, Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. Build-A-Figure with them, who is a little bit shorter if you go by the horns. Top of the head, they're about the same height, similar anyway. And then we have the Dragon Stars exclusive Dragon Ball Super Broly, who is also about the same height, a little bit shorter if you go by the horns and the hair. And then we have the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super Broly, who is quite a bit taller. Not by too much, though. And that is it, other than height. So, let's see what we can figure out with height here. So, there they are. And we have, to the top of the forehead, it's about 7 1/8. To the top of the horn, probably more close to 7 7/8, something like that. And then shoulder to shoulder, of course, is about 4.5 inches. So, quite a large figure. I definitely, of course, like I said, I prefer the Jax, but of course he is pricey. And mine is still missing one of the back spikes. I wish there were a way to remove the AF Studio spikes and then maybe add it on or so to mine, or, you know, find one loose or whatever. But the spikes also, I forgot to mention, the spikes, as you can tell, are definitely a lot longer on the Jax as opposed to the AF Studios. Definitely longer and larger there. So, yeah, definitely prefer the Jax, but he is more expensive. And I love Omega and Shenron anyway, so of course they were a must get. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Thank you all for watching. This has been 12 Virus, signing out.